Let's compare the simple past to the past continuous. This is where we use be, the past tense of be, and a gerund. Mary was, that's how I know it was the past, she was working. And just like simple past, I see a time word. Time word. In 2005, I was living. I was. At midnight, I was sleeping deeply. Adverb, deeply. But at midnight, you were drinking and dancing at a nightclub. That sounds more fun than me. I was studying when the electricity. Oh, say this is a complex sentence with a connector when. I was reading while you were cooking. Another complex sentence with a slightly different connector while. Past continuous is an action over time. Now that means that it takes some time. It happened at a definite time in the past, and at that time it was not complete. It was in progress. It was happening. Right now, the action may be completed or it might not be completed. I don't know. I don't know if it's completed now, but in the past it was not. So what do I mean by action over time? Just that it takes time to do this. Some actions are very short. Don't use continuous form for short actions like to break a cup. Ting, it's broken. It's so fast. You would not say I was breaking, just I broke it when I washed it. It happened fast. Ouch! Oh, I was cutting myself. That's a long time. What you mean is, ow, I cut myself just now. It's so fast. I was getting fired from my first job well, how long does it take to get fired? Usually your boss will call you in and say, I'm sorry, you are fired. It's fast, you're done. It should not be continuous form. You were surprising me. Who was winning? All of these are very short. You surprised me when you said, hi, it's a short time. I had a feeling. Who won the World Cup? Winning is very short. The time is up. Ding. Somebody won. Also, like present tense, you can't use continuous for states. So states, remember, they're not actions because you can control an action. You can begin or end at any time with your choice. But verbs like weigh, to love, to see, to look, to believe, all of these are states. You're not fully in control. So you should never use continuous for these. Since an action over time was at a definite time in the past, you can use a time word. And just like simple past, you can move that time word at the beginning or the end of the sentence. You can also use more than one gerund with the be verb. If there's several actions and they were happening at the same time, well, you can use the be verb. At midnight you were doing two things. You were drinking and dancing. You were laughing and talking. And there's a lot of things you were not doing, but two things you were not, you weren't working or studying. Notice with the negative verb, the connector should be or. I was sleeping and dreaming at midnight last night. I wasn't dancing, drinking, or working. There's a lot of things I was not doing. The connector should be or. Complex sentences, again, they show two things happen, and I will also use when. As sentence 1 shows, the continuous form is for the longer action. I was studying. That takes some time. Takes an hour or two. The electricity went off. Ding! Fast. Simple past. Now, it doesn't matter which one goes first or which one goes second in this sentence. Look at sentence 2. Now, this is again another complex sentence. I moved the connector to the beginning, so I have a comma. When I was studying, The electricity went off. When the electricity went off, I was studying. Doesn't matter if you put the continuous or the simple first or second, they happened at the same time. The simple past interrupted the past continuous. It's also possible that they're both actions over a longer time. I don't know which one started first. I don't know which one ended first. I don't know if they happened exactly at the same time or not. But at one moment, we were both doing these longer actions. I was reading while you were cooking. Or I can put the connector first. While I was reading, you were cooking. Both longer actions happening together. Sentence 2. Taiwan was testing and tracing COVID-19 cases while America was ignoring the virus. While America was ignoring the virus, Taiwan was testing and tracing COVID-19 cases. There's a lot going on in this sentence, but you understand all of them. You understand that past continuous means they're both actions over time. You understand that both of these long actions happened at the same time in the past. And you understand that two gerunds are used with one be verb because both of those were done at the same time by the same subject. Okay, summarize it all. Actions can be completed at a specific time in the past. And when you tell me about it, by using simple past and a time word, you let me know exactly what time it happened. Or you can use a complex sentence to show me what time that was. You know that you can talk about something that was happening in the past. It was not finished in the past. Maybe it's finished now, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the past. And at that moment in the past, the action was in progress. You can use a time word or you can use a complex sentence to show the time. Actions were in progress. Great. That is a lot of information about the past. Now, let's move on a little bit to look at subjects and verbs. Here are some sentences. Identify the subject and the verb. The way to do this is first of all to identify what's the verb, what happened. And in sentence 1, the verb is make. What do you make? That's the object. How do you make it? That's a preposition. Don't worry about those. Focus on what happened, make, and who made, that's your subject. Sentence 2. It's quite long, but there's really only one verb, produce. Make, create, right? Produce. There's a helping verb, it can't produce. Well, what can't produce? A pot. What kind of pot? A cooking pot. The best cooking pot. And not even. All of these are part of the complete subject. The rest of this, there's an object, there's a preposition. Don't worry about those. Focus on the subject and the verb. Sentence 3, I do see a connector. But. It's one of the fanboys, comma, but. So I know there's two sentences. I'm looking for two verbs. Kill. It will not kill. It won't kill. Will. There is a verb on both sides. Okay, so what won't kill you? Hard work. What will kill you? Worry. Sentence 4, I do not see a subject here. But that's okay. I know that commands, imperative sentences, they don't have subjects. The subject is you. It's whoever I'm talking to. So there's just a verb. And there is a verb. I see it. There's an object, tell me. There's an indirect object, tell me something. Tell me who your friends are. Okay, that's a clause, who your friends are. Don't worry about that. The verb is tell. And there's a connector, so, comma, so. That's one of the fanboys. What is the next verb? Tell. Helping verb can, I can tell. And who can tell? I. There's a clause, there's an object. Don't worry about that. Focus on the subject and the verb. Last sentence. I see another connector, but, so I know there's two sentences. Something has wings. What has wings? A chicken. The verb on the other side, mean, mean. It doesn't mean. That is our subject. That doesn't mean. And then there's another clause, it can fly. Don't worry about that. That's not the subject. That's not the verb. Okay, very well done. I'm sure there are some questions. Bring them to class next time. Good luck.